Hello and welcome to Art Yourself Studio. I'm sharing this painting today. I'm going to paint these olives and I would love it if you joined me and started painting along with me. First, I'm going to start with getting the whole paper wet. It's kind of a wet on wet technique. What I love is how when you do a background, it just blends right in. And this picture doesn't really need a background. So I just get the whole thing wet and take your smallest brush and grab a color that's opposite of green, is more of a red, but we don't want to use a red. So let's grab a teal blue. Excuse me. I'm doing this live, so a teal blue, and I'm just dropping it in and letting it just spread around. It's not moving as fast as I want, so I'm going to go with a bigger brush that holds more water. The bigger the brush, the more water it holds. And I'm doing something called negative painting, kind of running against the object. I hand drew it just by like eyeballing it, looking at it. And I like how when you drop in, when I say negative painting, we talk about drawing in the line like this, and then grab your water and you'll pull it out. Pull, pull, pull. Just have some fun. And doesn't have to be all the way pulled out. It's nice to have a little bit of a flow there. So it's pretty. Relaxing. Just take the picture and draw what you see. Each time you look up, you'll see something different. I didn't put in all the marks that I saw. Oh, this is pretty teal. I didn't put in all the marks that I saw because I thought, well, this is a good lesson in observation. And I like to teach you how to see. Now, if it's a little heavy duty on that end there, I'm just going to dip it, drop it a little bit, grab some water, and just let it wash out. I kind of like this effect. If you don't like it, don't do it. You're welcome to do it. You don't have to. I really wanted a pale background, kind of like in the picture. There we go. And this needs to be pulled out a little right here. Okay. That helps. Okay, so I'm going to start. Most of my classes we start with the lightest light. I'm just mixing up over here. I'm grabbing a yellow green, just kind of mixing it up right over here on the side underneath the olives. You'll see this kind of a little bit of a sappy green, and I'm going to add some yellow ochre. And the way I add it is I just take that yellow ochre and add it on the side and just kind of rub it around until I get the color that I want. I'm not sure why that's not really showing up for you. Okay, so that's the color I want, and it's going to be my lightest color. So I'm grabbing some water and I'm just going to do a quick little wash on the whole thing. And I'm being careful not to rub the edge of the olive to where the background is, because it's wet, it will bleed into it. Could be really cool too, but in any case, you get that option. For this, because it's so wet, it's going to bleed in. I really don't want to do that. I just want to do a light color. We're going to do coat after coat, and the patience is what pays off. If you have patience with your watercolor, yes, patience. Okay, now I need to go the darkest dark that I want to do. So I'm going to grab, and this is a different technique. I did this with my advanced group. Usually we go light and then the medium and then the dark, but I wanted to really just want to experiment and try this different technique. So I'm trying to define the darkest darks, and it's definitely an olive green. So I need a dark, but I'm going to add some of that yellow ochre to get that. I put some green in here and I'm going to add some yellow ochre to see if I can get that a little darker. Maybe I take a little bit of the blue that I used in the background and put that in there. And then I see, when I'm looking at it, I see there's a really dark corner here. Just going to drop it in. I see another dark edge here, and it's bleeding in a little bit. That's okay. I see a dark shadow here. And I definitely see an edge here that's dark. And then right here, a little bit of a dark edge. There. And we know that logically this is going to be a little darker because it's underneath, but I'm still just painting by what I see. And sometimes I'll paint the subject first because then I'm not stuck. But right now I'm kind of stuck with the shape. But I really think when I start adding, I can stretch that out a little bit. Okay, so I think I can even go darker. So I'm going to grab some more of the dark green and add it to the same mixture. I'm going to swipe the brush. I'm definitely on the size 8 palette. That's really good. That's really dark. I'm just going to stretch this in a little bit. And I love painting when it's a dimension. I love just kind of rubbing it in that direction that the olive is. This is a little darker. I know it's going to be red there. Here's dark again. As you build it up, you can see that you need to add the darker spots. It's really not that kind of green. That green looks really like an evergreen. So I need to add some, and it's already on the paper. So watch what you can do. You can just add a little bit of the yellow ochre to it and it'll warm it right up. Well, there's like a hair in there. Just scoop it up with your brush. Keep going. Okay, the lightest light. Now you barely see it. It was a yellow. I'm going to make sure that I block that out. I'm gonna just make the square for that highlight. I see the highlight on the one right here, and I see the highlight. Okay. I did not leave the highlight here, so a lesson learned, just take it out. Dry your brush off and just take it right out. Scoop it right up while it's wet. Scoop, scoop. Okay. I want to clean up those edges there. I'm going to grab some yellow and add the yellow ochre to it. So it's a little brighter yellow, and then let some of this green pull right in here. I'm going to just outline it. Top edge here. Use that water when it pushes around like that. Just use it. It's really good. while I'm letting, oh, I love that. The green just bled into the background. I think that looks really good. I like it. While I'm letting that dry, I'm going to go ahead and get to this red. I'm putting this one solid red on there, and it is not the right color. It is definitely light, but I want to have that light background. I don't want it to be white. I want it to be light. So I'm going ahead and adding that red in there, kind of giving it all a chance to dry a little bit. Let's see, I need a little more. I need a little more of this yellow green, but the light yellow green down here. Just a little more. And then I need a little more dark right under there where that red's coming out. It's darker here. So that one highlight got a little lost. So a way to make it stand out a little more is just put some darker color next to it. When you put the dark next to the light, it will stand out more like a shadow. Who would have thought you could get so much out of 2 olives? Now, I'm going to go back into that red. I have red. I'm going to mix a little bit of green to it because it seems a little bit too much red. And there's a shape in there. It's bent this way. So this one's curved this way. So there's a little bit of a white highlight there. And this one's curved this way. So this would be darker right in there. And this is darker on the sides. Now take a minute and look away. Look at it from far away and see if they look like olives. I might grab some yellow and mix it with the green and just warm it up a little bit. And I need another shade in that red to separate this and this. Still a little wet. I kind of need to wait and let it dry a little more. You don't want to use black, so add the opposite to red on the color wheel, and that is green. So I'm just adding a little green to make that dark shadow part of this pimento. And the dark shadow part, kind of this one goes. So I'm going to show some movement. Oh gosh, who would have thought? So fun. I just love it. It's really fun. Let's have some more fun. Let's do some more green. Let's make this a little shiny yellow here. Then just went over that highlight. So I'll go ahead and pick it up with my paper towel. Pick this paper up with my paper towel. Scoop it out a little. And then I'm going to grab that green. I really want a nice thin line up in here. And the whole idea is not to like be perfect, but just to have some fun and create something different. See what the watercolor can do. I love how when it does that, it kind of bleeds in. This edge is a little bit too straight. So remember on the outside, we painted it in and then we pulled it out. Here I'm going to I painted it in, so I'm just going to pull some out. Just pull it out a little bit. And I do want this darker. It's all about observing. And it helps painting with someone so that you can talk about it and ask. And I'm here. I'm happy. I have inner circle hours you can sign up for if you're taking my watercolor classes, and we can meet once a week for 10 minutes. Show me your painting. You sign up on my website for that. artyourselfstudio.com. We're just going to let this sit for a little bit and play. And then if you really want to be dramatic, brush. There. Olive view. All right. I hope you had some fun. I hope you try this on your own and post on Art Yourself Studio to show me your pictures. Thanks for being here. Bye.